If you love fast cars, there has never been a better time to be alive. Let's be honest, EVs are absolutely smashing it right now. Have a look at the top 25 fastest EVs, and then the crazy thing is, have a look at the price. Some of these cars are absolutely thrashing their petrol counterparts for the same amount of money. And it's only getting better and better when you look at the future list of cars coming out and just how fast some of these cars are going to be. Honestly, it's almost scary. Now, this list of cars includes cars out on the market right now and cars that will be released in 2022. Now, if you know about a car that isn't on this list, let me know in the comments below. I'd be fascinated to know about that car. Not something that is talked about, but something that is confirmed for production in 2022. And if it's not on the list, let me know. So counting down from number 25 to number 1, in 25th position is the NIO ET7 sedan. Probably haven't heard of NIO before. Maybe you have. NIO is a Chinese company that makes premium EVs. They've got some pretty special, pretty impressive cars. I mean, look at the ET7. It's a great looking sedan, isn't it? The ET7 has a dual motor powertrain with 480 kilowatt and 850 newton meters, which enables it to do 0 to 100 kilometers an hour or 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3.9 seconds. It has a 150 kilowatt hour battery, which gives it a claimed 1,000 kilometer range on the very lenient NED cycle. The NIO ET7 will go on sale in the first quarter of 2022. Number 24 is the BYD Han, another car maker from China. BYD is really starting to hit their stride and is one of the most popular EV manufacturers in the world right now. In fact, they're poised to release a number of EVs in many countries outside of China in 2021 and 2022. Now, the BYD Han, which is currently on sale in China, is a really good looking sedan that will do 0 to 60 miles an hour, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 3.9 seconds. Now, the Han uses an LFP lithium iron phosphate battery, which BYD calls the Plaid battery, and it has a claimed range of 600 kilometers on the lenient NED cycle. Now, in 23, we have American company Ford with the Mach-E GT Performance, which will do 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3.5 seconds, so quite a bit faster than the Han and the ET7, and will do the quarter mile in 12 seconds flat, topping out at 155 miles per hour, and it costs $66,000 US. Now, while the Mach-E is does come from Ford, American car company, is actually built in Mexico. So it's not a very American car, actually. Now, in number 22 is the Tesla Model Y Performance, which is Tesla's new crossover vehicle. And they are selling like crazy all over the world. If you want to buy one of these things right now, you have to go on a wait list for at least 3 months. Now, the Model Y Performance will do 0 to 60 miles an hour in the same time as the Mach-E, 3.5 seconds. And it does the quarter mile in the same time as well at 12 seconds flat. It also does 155 miles an hour and costs $61,000 US. Just a little bit cheaper than the Mach-E. Now, in 21st place is the Tesla Model 3 Performance, which does 0 to 60 miles an hour or 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 3.1 seconds. It's very fast. It's on sale right now. You can buy one in many countries around the world. In fact, it's a performance bargain. It tops out at 162 miles per hour and does the quarter mile in 11.6 seconds. It also costs only $57,000 US. It's an absolute performance bargain for what you get. Now, guys, honestly, who'd have thought a sensible family car would match a McLaren F1 to do 60 miles an hour? That's exactly what you get with the Tesla Model 3 Performance, along with seating for 5, boots in the front and the back. The front boot is called a frunk, a 162 mile per hour top speed, and a range of up to 330 miles. It's quite an impressive car. The Model 3 is the smallest of Tesla's current offerings. It has a boot size of 425 litres, which is not too bad, but it is quickly becoming a mass market success thanks to prices starting at around $40,000 US. Obviously, if you want the F1 matching performance version, you'll have to pay a bit more than that. Now, given its status as the leading pure EV manufacturer, it's really no surprise, guys, that Tesla will be on this list on a number of occasions. Now, what's most remarkable about the Tesla Model 3 is that it's the firm's bread and butter model, a BMW 3 Series rival that, in the context of the others here, is affordable and usable. In flagship four-wheel drive performance model, guys, it has around about 449 bhp, and it'll sprint to 60 miles an hour in only 3.1 seconds. You know, the amazing thing is that future over-the-air updates could allow owners to get even more pace. In number 20 is the new Tesla Model S long range, which will do 0 to 60 miles an hour in the same time as the Tesla Model 3 Performance. 3.1 seconds, quarter mile, we don't know yet, top speed of 155 miles an hour, and a price of $80,000 US. Now, it's a much bigger vehicle than the Tesla Model 3 Performance, and it's not actually Tesla's performance version of the Model S, it's just the long range version that will give you a longer distance. In number 19 is the GMC Hummer EV, which is an absolute monstrosity, an enormous vehicle. It will do 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3 seconds, and it comes with 740 kilowatt or around about 1,000 horsepower and over 1,000 newton meters of torque. This model from GMC will cost $112,595 US dollars, that is. Now, in a really quite amazing twist of fate, General Motors' gas-guzzling Hummer brand discontinued in 2010 and is poised to make a comeback for 2022 as an all-electric sub-brand of GM. The resurrected Hummer will appear first as a pickup truck and later as an SUV. The new pickup is shaping up to be quite a beast, with up to 1,000 horsepower from its top powertrain option, which uses 3 electric motors, offers an estimated range of 350 miles per charge, and sprints to 60 miles an hour in a claimed 3 seconds. Now, the Hummer EV also features removable roof panels, an optional adjustable air suspension, and a very cool 4-wheel steering feature that allows it to crab sideways, drive diagonally, all of which will make it super fun to take off-road. At number 18, we have the Porsche Taycan Turbo. The Taycan has been an enormous success and is Porsche's #1 selling performance car in the world now. The Taycan Turbo will do 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3 seconds based on performance testing done by Car Advice in Australia. It'll do the quarter mile in 11.1 seconds, tops out 150 miles per hour, and has 500 kilowatt on overboost and 850 newton meters. In number 17 is the Rivian R1T or the R1S. The R1T is the truck, or the ute as we call them in Australia, and the R1S is the SUV version. The R1T and the R1S will top out at 125 miles per hour, and both will cost around about $120,000 US. Now, Rivian is taking advantage of an EV platform sharing. The company's upcoming R1S SUV and R1T pickup truck will both share the same platform. Now, these performance figures I've quoted for the Rivian are for the range-topping example of each vehicle, which has a 135 kilowatt-hour battery, a range of 310 miles, and a total output of 753 horsepower. Rivian will also offer a huge 180 kilowatt-hour battery, but this is purely for range instead of performance, and will give the vehicle 410 miles and 700 horsepower in that, guys. Now, production of the Rivian R1T is expected to begin in the end of 2021, and prices start from a fairly modest $69,000 US. Now, in number 16 is the Tesla Cybertruck. This is a huge vehicle. People don't realize it's actually similar in size to the Ford F-250. It's a very big vehicle, and it will do in its top tri-motor performance, guys. 3 motors, 1 on the front and 2 on the back, 2.9 seconds from 0 to 60 miles an hour. It'll do the quarter mile in around 11 seconds and top out at 155 miles per hour. If you didn't already know, Tesla actually has 1.3 million pre-orders for the Tesla Cybertruck. It looks as though you're going to be seeing a lot of them on the streets very, very soon. In 15th place is the Audi RS e-tron Quattro. It'll do 0 to 60 miles an hour in 2.9 seconds, the quarter mile in 11 seconds, and it tops out at 155 miles per hour. Comes with 475 kilowatt and 830 newton meters of torque. Now, very closely related to the Porsche Taycan, Audi's most powerful version of its e-tron GT is also very fast. And it's also very big. It has a huge boot where you could store several bodies if you wanted to. Using the same twin motor system and trick 2-speed transmission, the RS can deploy an overboost of 637 bhp. Power is normally 590 bhp to deliver a very fast 2.9 seconds 0 to 60 time. For a big 4-seater weighing 2,347 kilos, that's pretty fast. And number 14th place is the Lotus Evija, which will do 0 to 60 in well under 3 seconds. We don't know the official time yet, but it's definitely going to be under 3 seconds. And it will top out at over 200 miles an hour. But importantly, it will cost $2 million US. So it is, based on its performance, the most overpriced vehicle in this 25 car list. Now, the all-wheel drive 1,491 kilowatt Lotus Evija will be an all-electric hypercar with the sights set on a 200 mile per hour top speed. But if you want one and you're willing to pony up $2 million US, it's too late. They're all sold out. Sorry, guys. Now, the Evija will probably be quite exciting to drive because Lotus is a company very focused on handling. And they've managed to get the weight of this supercar down to 1,700 kilos, which sounds heavy, but for a vehicle using batteries, it's actually fairly light. Place is the Draco GDE, which will do 0 to 60 miles an hour in 2.7 seconds, the quarter mile in 10.1 seconds, and 196 miles an hour. Comes with 1,000 kilowatt and 1,480 newton meters of torque, and is priced at $3.5 million US, so even more than the Lotus Evija. And in comparison to some of the faster vehicles on this list, it's quite expensive. Now, the Draco GDE actually uses the sexy body of the Fisker Karma, but skips the old sedan's extended range electric powertrain for a pure battery electric setup with 4 motors mated to direct drive gearboxes. Now, this Go Fast EV has 4 electric motors with about 1,200 horsepower between them, torque vectoring all-wheel drive, of course, and the ability to apply up to 225 kilowatt of regenerative braking force to keep its 5,300 pounds in check. Number 12 on the list is the NIO EP9. This supercar will do 0 to 60 miles an hour, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 2.7 seconds, and the quarter mile in a very fast 10.1 seconds. Its top speed is 196 miles an hour. It comes with 1,000 kilowatt and 1,480 newton meters and is priced at $3.5 million US. Now, you could argue that the NIO shouldn't be in this list, what with EP standing for experimental prototype. Yet the Chinese-backed company has built and sold 16 examples of this 1,341 bhp four-wheel drive machine. Plus, it holds the Nürburgring lap record for a production car of 6 minutes 45.9 seconds. Very, very fast. And in fact, guys, performance is where the NIO excels. Having been built to FIA LMP1 specifications, it's effectively a thinly disguised racer, hence its disappointing 0 to 60 time of 2.7 seconds. Now, NIO claim it weighs 1,734 kilo, does 200 kilometers an hour in 7.1 seconds, and 300 kilometers an hour in only 15.9 seconds before a 313 kilometer an hour top speed. Now, in 11th place is the reasonably affordable when compared to its competitors here, guys, the Porsche Taycan Turbo S, which will do 0 to 60 miles an hour or 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 2.58 seconds, as verified by Car Advice. Its top speed is 162 miles an hour, and it has over 500 kilowatt on overboost and 850 newton meters. It's really not possible to overstate the importance of the Porsche Taycan. It's obviously converting many petrol heads to fully electric. Now, while many of the cars here on this list come with wild prices and only limited numbers, the Porsche Taycan Turbo S is a series production model that's as usable as the firm's internal combustion models. The Turbo S's ability to whisk you from standstill to 60 miles an hour in less than 2.6 seconds is staggering, and top speed is limited to 162, but apparently it'll go much quicker than that. Now, more impressive is the engaging handling and the depth of engineering that makes this feel as much like a Porsche as a 911 does. Now, in 10th place is the Tesla Model X Plaid. Now, the Model X Plaid is actually a fairly large-sized SUV. It doesn't look like it, but it actually is. and it will do 0 to 60 miles an hour, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 2.5 seconds, top out at 163 miles an hour, and cost only $120,000 US. For the performance you're getting for this size of vehicle, it is an absolute bargain. However, it's not currently out yet, but should go on sale in the second or third quarter of 2021. Now guys, really, it seems a little, well, ludicrous that the high-riding 7-seat Tesla Model X can smash through to 60 miles an hour in 2.5 seconds, even faster than the Porsche Taycan Turbo S. Just think about that for a second. A leather-lined 2.5-ton SUV that can accelerate faster than most supercars, regardless of their means of propulsion, regardless of whether they're petrol or electric, it's still quicker. Now, the key to the gull-winged Tesla's startling turn of speed is the fact it shares its tri-motor platform with the Tesla Model S Plaid. It has 2 motors at the rear and 1 at the front, and it also comes with a 100 kilowatt-hour battery. In 9th place is the Lucid Motors Air Dream Edition. Now, the Air Dream Edition will do 0 to 60 miles an hour, reportedly in 2.5 seconds, the quarter mile in an incredible 9.9 seconds, and top out at around 300 kilometers an hour. However, it's a little bit more expensive than the Tesla Model X and comes in at $170,000 US. Now, Lucid first made major waves in the EV world with its Air prototype, challenging Tesla's Model S Plaid on the track. The American automaker now looks to deliver its first EV, the Air sedan, in 2021. The first trim available also happens to be its most expensive, the Air Dream Edition. Lucid Motors' debut EV will enter the market at a very highly priced, but maybe not so bad when you compare it to these supercars on this list, $170,000 US. Now, Lucid say the Air Dream Edition will be delivered in the second half of 2021, but it looks as though deliveries are more than likely to happen at the beginning of 2022. Number 8. Number 8 is the Tesla Model S Plaid, which will do 60 miles an hour or 100 kilometers an hour in 1.98 seconds. It will top out at 200 miles per hour with the right wheel and tire package, do the quarter mile in an incredible 9.23 seconds, as confirmed by Jay Leno on his show, and comes with 761 kilowatt in the form of its tri-motor package, 1 motor on the front, 2 at the back, and it costs a very affordable $130,000 US. In comparison to its competitors here, at this end of the performance spectrum, it is an absolute bargain. Now, in 7th place is the Faraday Future FF91, which is reported to do 0 to 60 miles an hour in 2.2 seconds and tops out at 155 miles an hour, but costs $200,000. So $70,000 more than the next car coming up in this list. Now, reportedly, the Faraday Future FF91 will be delivered at either the end of 2022 or the beginning of 2023. Designer Richard Kim is the man behind the BMW i3 and i8, and Faraday poached him and other staff from Tesla and BMW to come up with the Faraday Future FF91. Now guys, let's be honest, it's fair to say that EV startup Faraday Future have had a very tough time bringing their first car to market. Years of ups and downs, along with a fair share of corporate controversy, have cast doubt on the entire company more than once. But now, with former BMW boss Carsten Breitfeld at the helm, the company says the FF91 is nearly ready for production. Let's hope so. Now, the FF91 is a Model X-sized car, but with luxurious business class style seating in the back. The FF91 was said to have a 0 to 60 mile an hour time of 2.39 seconds, but the company has since revised that and said it's now faster. It'll do it in 2.2. Now, claim range is 350 miles from the car's 120 kilowatt-hour battery pack, and price is $200,000 US. In number 6, we have the Pininfarina Battista, which uses the same platform as the Rimac Nevera. The Battista is said to do 0 to 60 miles an hour in under 2 seconds, a quarter mile time of 8.6 seconds, and 217 miles per hour. It will also come in at a rather hefty $3 million US. Now, claimed to be the fastest road car ever made in Italy, a claim which I think it should live up to, the Battista will have a similar setup to the Nevera, with a motor on each wheel to give instantaneous power. How much power, you ask? 1,416 kilowatt and 2,300 newton meters. Enough power to make you feel sick. The Battista is an electric hypercar which shares its battery pack and other components with the Rimac C2. This means it has a large 120 kWh battery pack for powering all 4 electric motors. The Battista is a classically good-looking supercar instead of resembling a spaceship. Honestly, it looks sensational. Under Battista's curvaceous carbon fiber skin is the same powertrain used in the Rimac Nevera. Range is claimed at 280 miles, which seems very conservative for a battery pack that size, and it has 4 motors, 1 on each wheel. Production is limited to 150 examples and is set to begin in 2022. Now, the price actually also includes a training run in a Formula E car run by parent company Mahindra. Number 5 is the Tesla Model S Plaid Plus. Now, some of you might be saying, yes, but Sam, the Tesla Model S Plaid Plus has been discontinued. Well, I don't believe that's true. In fact, I believe the Plaid Plus is still going to be made as planned. However, it will be the 2022 version of the Tesla Model S Plaid. Mark my words, this will happen. Tesla didn't develop a vehicle only to cancel it right before release. Now, the Tesla Model S Plaid Plus will do 0 to 60 in less than 1.98 seconds, the quarter mile in 8.9 seconds, 199 miles per hour, and have 1,100 horsepower, or around about 820 kilowatt. It'll also be priced at $150,000 US. But one of the most impressive things about it, it will have a huge 520 mile range. In number 4 is the Tesla Roadster. The Tesla Roadster will do 1.9 seconds, 0 to 60 miles an hour, an 8.9 second quarter mile, 250 miles an hour plus, and cost $200,000 US. An absolute bargain in comparison to some of the other supercars on this list. In our view, it makes it the best value performance car if it arrives on the market, hopefully in 2022. It will also come with an enormous 600 mile range by utilizing a massive 200 kilowatt hour battery pack. Now, if $200,000 isn't enough for you, you can buy the Founders Series edition, which costs a very small $250,000 US. In number 3 is the spectacular Rimac Nevera, recently launched to the market. It does 0 to 60 miles an hour in 1.85 seconds and the quarter mile in 8.6 seconds, as tested by Matt Watson from CarWow. Its top speed is a staggering 258 miles an hour, and it is priced at $2.5 million. I think all those specs make it the clear best supercar here in this list. Now, Rimac formally unveiled the production version of its C2 electric supercar, now called the Rimac Nevera. The Croatian electric speed monster can blast to 60 miles an hour in 1.85 seconds. And it will have a range of over 300 miles, while being able to charge the battery from 0 to 80% in just 19 minutes. Now, the Nevera will have 1,408 kilowatts of power and 2,300 newton-meters of torque. Of all the expensive electric supercars out there, in my opinion, the Rimac Nevera is the most epic because the high price tag comes with equally high performance. Now, guys, I should mention the fact I'm talking about supercars. The Nevera is a supercar. The car to come next, the car to come in first place, I would call a hypercar. In number 2 is the Spark Owl, which will do 0 to 60 miles an hour in 1.69 seconds, the quarter mile in an estimated 8.8 seconds, and 249 miles per hour. The Spark uses 4 electric motors and a compact 64 kilowatt hour battery to launch from rest to 60 miles an hour in a claimed 1.69 seconds, putting it in second place on our leaderboard. Spark claims a 0 to 186 mile per hour time of a staggering 10.9 seconds and a top speed of 249 miles an hour. Now, the Spark Owl is made by a Japanese company, and it's said to come with 1,985 pound-feet of torque. Incredible. Now, the specially developed 64 kilowatt hour battery gives a claimed range of 280 miles. We're skeptical about that range. I'm not so sure you're going to get that kind of range. I think maybe in the vicinity of 150 to 200 is more likely. Now, Spark plans to build only 50 examples of the Owl, priced from around about $4 million US. And finally, we get to first place, the Tesla Roadster Space X package. The Tesla Roadster, well, basically you're getting the same car as the Tesla Roadster, with the SpaceX package attached to it. The SpaceX package provides cold air gas thrusters, which will enable the Roadster to do 60 miles an hour in only 1.1 seconds. Staggering. It will do the quarter mile in an estimated 7.8 seconds and 300 miles an hour or 480 kilometers an hour, and reportedly cost only $300,000 US. Now, there's no word yet on when the Tesla Roadster SpaceX package car will come to market, but we'd estimate sometime in 2023. The Roadster will obviously utilize Tesla's latest batteries, the 4680 battery cells, which should give the Roadster 1,000 kilometers of range. And that's it for our list, guys. Were there any cars here that you think should have been in this list? Let me know in the comments section below. Which of these cars, if you won the lottery tomorrow, tell me, which of these cars would you buy? Or would you buy more than one? What's your favorite car in this list? Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.